Hello. We've had snow, so now I'm welcome into my indoor studio. I'm not going to show you around right now, though. This has gotten to be a mess over the summer. What I'm going to do is talk about my harvest and whether or not gardening is worth it. I did an Excel spreadsheet, and here you see the crop: zucchini, cucumber, tomatoes, pumpkin, and so on. Many times over the growing season, I'd get just little bits of harvest. I mean, if you look at this one, 3 grams, I picked one little tiny tomato that day. So I spread them out. I have pictures of every one of these harvests. So here I got zucchini, 264, 1404. This is in grams. 1463, 1121, 45, 1157, 1298. I have 26 harvest of zucchini. I have, actually that's 25 because the first line is the header. 12 harvest of cucumber. 40 harvest of tomatoes over in rhubarb. I have 15 harvest, and so on in stacks. Down on the bottom, I'll scroll it up so you can see better. Along this line, I have totals in grams. The tomatoes, 20,467 grams. That is 20 kilograms. Down on the next line, I have it in pounds. So that 20,000 grams works out to be 45 pounds of tomatoes. Pumpkins, of course, you get harvest them mostly all at once. And I got 61 pounds, 217 pounds of apples, 47 pounds of zucchini, 21 pounds of cucumbers, 2 pounds of baking beans, mostly the black turtle, mustard seed. 1.2 pounds of mustard seed is quite a bit of mustard seed. 7 pounds of garlic. And the garlic scapes, which I harvested earlier in the growing season, last of July or something, they came to 2 pounds. 75 pounds of onions, 18.2 pounds of squash, 9 pounds of snap peas, that's the sugar snaps, 4.7 pounds of snow peas. I could have gotten double that for the peas, but if you've seen the video, I had enough for me and I said, enough of this, I'm going to leave the rest. There's 53 pounds of rutabaga, 29.6 pounds of turnip, 10 pounds of golden raspberries, 10.5 pounds, 26.7 pounds of red raspberries, 27.3 pounds of rhubarb, basically 5 pounds of currants, 115.9 pounds of potatoes. That is a low amount for me. Last year I got 200 pounds of potatoes. £30 pounds of carrots, 40 pounds of beets. I just got 3.3 pounds of plums this year. The tree didn't produce as much as it did last year. 20.68 pounds of sugar beets. And the turnip greens that I collected came to 7 pounds. Down on this next line, I went online and I checked around to get about what the proper going price is in the stores if you were to buy these things in the regular grocery store. And it's $2.99 per pound for zucchini, $1.99 per pound for cucumber, and so on. So then on the next row I could multiply them both together and get the total value, $141.38 worth of zucchini. The garlic was worth $32. The onions was worth $188. So when I add up this line, total in grams, I get a total in kilograms of 400.5 kilograms. Add up my pounds and I get a total in pounds of 882.954 pounds, for a total worth of $1,838.59. As I mentioned at the beginning, is gardening worth it? So this right here, the initial purchase in dollars for the zucchini, you buy one pack of zucchini, and I add 2 varieties of zucchini out there. So if they cost you $4 a pack, then it's going to cost you $8 to buy seeds for the zucchini. Cucumber, their packets really are about $2 a piece. I add Morden Early, Bush Crop, and National Pickling. Tomatoes, if you remember, I had 9 varieties, so that's 9 packs of seed you have to buy at the average price of about $3 per pack. Pumpkin, I add 2 varieties of pumpkin, but I found that pumpkin seed is quite expensive. I think they've gone up this year. I don't think I paid $6 a piece for, actually $7 a piece, something like that, for packets of pumpkin seed. But there it is. Now this apples one, I said, well, if you're going to, in the 1 year, make the garden that I have out there, then you need 3 apple trees. I have an Ida Red, and then the other 2 I don't know the name of, the one up on the cliff and the one by the hen house. But it is 3 groups of apple trees there, so you'd need to buy 3 apple trees at about $40 a piece, giving you $120. Baking beans, we had 3 varieties of baking beans. We just had the 1 variety of mustard seed. Garlic. The initial purchase of garlic is quite expensive, and that's why you save your cloves and replant them every year. Of course, the garlic scapes, that goes with the garlic. The onions are, as seeds, they're not. Now, if you were to buy onion sets, I think it would cost you more than this. I don't remember the price of onion sets. This is buying packets of seed, 200 seeds per packet, and 6 packets. The squash, they were somewhat expensive too. I had spaghetti squash out there, vegetable marrow, white scallop, and the Wattam butternut. Snap peas, that's your sugar snap peas. They are on the expensive side. They're $5 a piece, a packet, for the snow peas and the sugar snap, but I had 2 varieties of sugar snaps out there. Rutabaga, they're actually Well, now you're going to have to pay $3. When I got them, you would have paid $1.50. And turnip the same thing. You just need 1 packet of each. For the golden and red raspberries, you buy like 4 or 5 canes. They'll come in a container, a 6-inch container I believe it was, and there's, like I said, 4 or 5 canes in the container, and that's about what it would cost you, $16 for the 6-inch container. Rhubarb, you buy roots for rhubarb. They're not that expensive. I would say $10 a clump, and you buy 2 clumps and then you can separate them out. I never bought my rhubarb. It's an old patch, so I don't know the exact price. Currants, I have 4 different types of currants, and those type of bushes, when you buy them, you can usually get them here for about $20 a piece. So 20 times 4, it's $80. Potatoes, that's another one, because you're buying seed potatoes. It's going to cost you more than just buying your regular type of seeds. Carrots, of course, is just $3 a pack for seeds, and a packet of carrot seed goes a long way. Your regular beet seed. Plums, once again, is a tree, so if you buy 2 plum trees, $80. And sugar beets. Of course, the turnip greens, I collected them from the turnip plants. Now, in your first year, you're not going to get any plums. You're not going to get carrots, or rhubarb, or red raspberries, or golden raspberries. So, and then if you take off of my harvest, those 4 that I just mentioned, then you end up with $1,009 worth of produce. So we'll add all of this initial purchase price together, and this is what we end up with, $547. Remember back in the early part of Shedwars, I believe it was the 2nd video, might have been the 3rd, I was talking about the needed tools, and they came to about $350. That gives you a total of $897. There's one thing that's missing out of this, and that is, since everything has to be done like now, then you'd need compost. And if you don't have a source of free compost, then you would have to buy it. So if you have the energy or the manpower or whatever to reproduce the garden as I have it out there, it's going to cost you $897 plus whatever you would have to pay to put a 2-inch layer of compost on every bed. With beginner's luck, you might break even the first year. Now remember, zucchini is a fruit, as with cucumber, tomatoes, pumpkins. You can save seeds, as I've shown, from these 3, 4, all 4 of these you can save the seed from. Baking beans, the beans are the seed, so you save part of your harvest and you've got your seed for next year. Mustard seed, same thing. Garlic, you save some of your garlic and break them apart into cloves, replant the cloves. For the next year, you would need to buy onion seed. Squash, you can save the seed from squash. Snap and snow peas, the peas are the seed. Rutabaga you'd need to buy again. Turnip you'd need to buy again. potatoes, carrots, beets, and sugar beets. So if you were to add up the cost of those that I just mentioned you need to buy, you'd end up with $113. So in your second year, you still won't get anything from apples, rhubarb, plums. You'll get a few golden and red raspberries. You won't get any currants. So you're not going to get much more in the second year than you got in the first. But of course you're spending just $113 as opposed to over $1,000. In your second year, you can replant a previous year onion and grow seed. It's not a good idea to try to grow both rutabaga and turnip in the same year, because they can cross very easy. Let's say in your, well, you can either one, it doesn't matter. In the second year you will grow, put in one of your previous year's rutabagas or turnips and grow it out to seed. And then in the third year you would grow seed for the other one. In your second year you can also plant carrots to go to seed and one of your beet varieties. You can't grow both beet varieties in the 1 year unless you've got an awfully big garden or some other way to isolate them. That being said, you're going to have to buy one of your beet varieties in the third year, and you're going to have to buy one of your turnip varieties in the third year. And that's where this $6 comes from. In your fourth year, of course, you've got it swapped because you've grown enough rutabaga seed in your second year to last you for the third, fourth, and fifth year. And you would have grown your turnip seed in your third year for the fourth year. Same goes with your beets. In your fourth year you've got all your seed, you've got your tools, and by that time you should have been able to build up a stockpile of compost. I don't need to buy seed for next year, but I'm building up a variety, a seed bank of many varieties, and testing as many varieties as I can. Plus, with my trees and perennials, I'm basically going to be a plant hoarder of all useful plants that I can plant here until I get the full 4 acres completely full. Which, with respect to trying new varieties, I would recommend it anyway, and new types of seed, because it is often said to new gardeners to grow what you eat. And that's all well and good, but when you come to a traditional diet, quite often there's things you eat that you can't grow. Rather, find what you can grow that you will eat. And that's where the trying many varieties and types of vegetables and fruits come from. Do your research and yeah, just keep trying new things. However, as you've seen, it doesn't have to be expensive. By the time you get to your 4th year, your gardening could be basically free. This is the last of the Shedwars videos. Apparently we're going to be back next year. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up for me, leave a comment, and I'll see you in Shedwars next year.